only one who feels some type of way about the way Janaea spoke to Jalen. The fact that you're saying he's lying that he doesn't have a type, that was not on. She's my girl, but I didn't like that because it came across as very dismissive. He's not the first person to say I don't have a type, so I didn't like that. And oh my God, I was on my feet clapping for Kordell. He deserves this. He deserves this. He's had to endure a lot from Serena, so he deserves this. And am I buying Kayla and Serena's tears? No. I think they know movie night is coming, so they want to pretend to be the most faithful of girls. And Aaron is out here living his best life. But anyway, I digress. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's your girl Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island USA, Season 6, Episode 16. I'm not sure whether I'm the only one, but I'm still not convinced on Kenny. I don't think Kenny is it for Janaea. I think Janaea deserves someone who's a bit more grown, someone who's more mature. I think Kenny is still in his F-boy era, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm judging him incorrectly. I don't know. So they have a conversation with Janaea sort of saying, I understand why you stood behind Nigel, and I also see why, Cassie was upset that no one stood behind her. But at the end of the day, she had to stand behind Liv because Liv was her ride or die when she was vulnerable. And so for them to share a kiss, it's cute, but I'm still not buying Kenny and Janaea. I want Janaea to stay in the villa. So if Kenny's going to keep her, hooray, but I don't think he's mature enough for her. Anyway, in the kitchen, you have Leah and Miguel eating each other's faces off. Those two are going to ride it until the very end. They're going to ride it. Whether they get third place, first place, second place, they're going to ride this relationship until the very end. In Casa, they're going to move mad and then they're going to ride it. That's just my opinion. You have Serena having a conversation with Kordell. I think Serena has realized that her only chance of staying in the villa is Kordell. This is why she's saying she's grateful that he's been very patient with her and he's been understanding. It seems that he was brought to the villa for her because of how he makes her feel. And it's like, okay, if that's what makes you happy. Ooh. And for Kordell, I don't get why he's buying all that, because this girl has treated him like crap, unless she didn't want people to think she's a gold digger by just falling for him because his brother is a well-known celebrity. But still, that relationship, it's one-sided. Kordell is doing all the loving and you have Serena doing whatever she wants. That's just my opinion. You have, Nicole and Kendall having a conversation. Kendall is excited that the love triangle is finished and they can now share the bed together. And for me, it's like, I'm not buying this. As long as Kendall is happy, that relationship is fine, or that connection is fine. She telling him that she's not going to entertain anyone else at the moment, she just wants to focus on Kendall, is a huge mistake. Because now Kendall is going to move mad in Casa. He's going to move mad in Casa just because he knows he's got the upper hand. Kendall likes having the upper hand in a relationship, and that's it. It doesn't matter who it hurts, as long as he is happy and he is comfortable, his partner can choose whether to stay with him or not. But at the end of the day, that's the way he's come across in his connection with Hannah, and that's the way he's come across in his connection with Nicole, as far as I'm concerned. I don't get why the producers are trying to sort of try and force this connection between Rob and Liv. We tried it the first time, it didn't work. Let's keep it moving. Because you have Aaron having a conversation with Rob and Rob telling him, 10 minutes before we went to the fire pit, I was just telling Liv that I'm open to getting to know her. I'd pulled her for a chat. And Liv is telling the same thing to Kyla. And it's like, they both want to stay in the villa. So they want people to give them an opportunity to explore this connection. Yes, it happened just before, but I think the producers had something to do with it. What about Liv has changed now that Rob likes that he didn't like it first? Because he treated her like crap the first time round. So I don't get it. Anyway, all the islanders get ready for bed. And everyone is making out in bed, including Kordell and Serena. And it's like, Serena has decided to give this guy a go. Good for him. In the morning, it's not really a debrief per se, because you have the girls in the makeup room getting themselves ready and the boys bring their girls breakfast. So everybody has breakfast brought up to them except for Liv, who's not in a couple. And they're sort of talking about their couples, and Janaea is excited that she had a kiss. She feels special because he's catering to her. And it's like, okay, if that's how he makes you feel, good. But then he is telling the guys that he's not sure whether he should have explored connections with anybody else because he coupled up with Janaya and he stayed there. And the boys are encouraging him, like, oh, you need to try and talk to the other girls just in case, you have a stronger connection with somebody else. And it's like, who else can he talk to outside of Lev? All of you are married off to your partners, so why are you saying that? And how do you think Janaya will feel? Because the last time her partner said the same thing, Connor left her and treated her terribly. I don't like that advice. I really don't. You have Kayla say she's developed feelings for Aaron and she thinks she's falling for him. And it's like, hey, it is what it is. We were expecting this. It's no surprise. Leah is ecstatic about her connection. She feels like she's really enjoying herself and she's really letting go. And you have Miguel saying, I can get along with anyone. I can catch a vibe with anyone. It is Miguel. This is why you call yourself an F-boy, because you're really not serious. And Leah is developing feelings and she's going to set the villa ablaze if you play her. Anyway, the boys then receive a text message to say it's time for Casa Amor. They need to pack their stuff and go to Casa. And then immediately after, they receive another text message that you can choose to go or you can choose to stay. Because Aaron was saying, oh, but we can't even say goodbye. And it's like, say goodbye to who? Who have you ever heard in Casa saying goodbye? Please sit down. Rob, the one not in a couple, decides to stay in the villa. And it's like, why are you doing this? Why are you trying to stop other people from coming in? You got a chance to be on the show because you're part of the Casa Boys. Sit your bottom down. I love the fact that Kordell was like, no, we're not staying, we're going. And so everybody else, Miguel was the first one to run and get his bag. Obviously, it's to be expected. He's in a couple. He's already told us he's an F-boy. So I'm not surprised that he ran to get his bag to go to Casa. You had Kenny. He picked his bag as well. He was ready to go to Casa. Rob was ready to go to Casa because they're couples. Well, Rob is single. The other two guys are in couples that they've recently recoupled with. So it makes sense. Then you had the three guys left who were deciding, what shall we do? We are in strong connections. And it's like, Kordell, please keep quiet. I'm not here for it. Just because she's made out with you in bed, you think you're in a very strong couple. I don't think so. I think you need to be the first person to run and pick up your bag. Kendall agrees to go. And then Aaron sort of has to get the boys to swear that they'll sleep on the day beds with him. And it's like, why? If you want to sleep on the day bed, go and sleep on the day bed. You don't need company. You don't need anyone to come and sleep with you. You chose that. That's your decision. Then do it. Eventually he agrees. Okay, fine, I'll go as long as we agree to sleep outside. And it's like, oh my God, the theatrics are getting on my nerves. I think it's time for Aaron to go home. He can take Kayla with him. So Ariana Maddox arrives and she asks the girls to gather around the fire pit. And so she lets them know that the boys have been offered the chance to go on a mini break to Casa and they've taken it up. So every single boy obviously has gone. Then you have the waterworks from Kayla. If it were me, I wouldn't have gone. So you wanted him to be the only guy in the villa. Seriously, that's him abandoning his friends just because he wants to please you. That's not acceptable. That is not acceptable. And the theatrics, I'm not buying the Aaron and Kayla theatrics. They're more focused on winning, I think, than they are on their connection, and they're doing everything to sell that relationship. I think we need to give them a wake-up call and make them vulnerable. That way they can actually realize that people are not buying whatever they're trying to sell. So you then have Ariana tell the girls that there will be 6 Casa boys coming in. And I love the fact that she's able to join in and sort of celebrate with the participants because they did a conga line and she sort of joined that and was celebrating with the girls because new boys are coming in. So it was amazing to see and the girls were ecstatic. And I didn't see Kayla crying. I expected her to sit down and start crying and saying, oh, what if, a boy wants to talk to me? Oh, please, I'm not here for it. I have to give it to them because the girls are stunning. We can't knock them. So the girls are Destiny. Destiny didn't say her age. I don't remember her saying her age. But then when the boys are asked, Kenny says he likes her. Kenny says he likes her. That's the only one he said. But then Aaron and Rob also like her. And it's like, oh my God, there's going to be a queue for Destiny. Sierra is 22. Sydney is 24. Catherine's 24. Zaya is the oldest. So she's 27. And she is coming in hot. She wants Kordell. But then I think Kendall said he liked her or something like that. If I'm not mistaken. But I think she liked Kordell because she went in with the double arm hug and she meant business. Danielle, she's 22. Rob and Aaron like her as well, and it's like, please, can you two not sort of be competing for the same person? Just say who you like, and that's it. And then, oh my god, with the boys, they're static. The girls are stunning, you can't knock them, but the boys are excited. Miguel has completely forgotten who Leah is because he's on fire, he's burning, he can't contain himself, his excitement. So I don't know, Leah had better look for someone because he's coming back with somebody. They might have to make up later, but he is definitely coming back with somebody because it looks like the producers went into my head and looked at what type of girl I like, and then they just printed them and said, here you go. Because I can't even say who is not good looking. It's interesting that both girls from the UK and the US version, they're all stunning. Their Casa girls are amazing. And if they bring these girls back, the OG girls are going to be intimidated because seriously, they are all good looking. I can't wait for that. I've always been questioning the connection between Miguel and Leah, and now I understand it. Now I understand it. They deserve one another because the fact that they are so easily attracted to a new person doesn't make sense because you have them sort of. Miguel wants to bring all 6 girls from the Casa back to the main villa. You have Leah wanting to keep all 6 boys from Casa in the main villa because she can't choose. She thinks they're all good looking. And it's like these two deserve one another. They really do. Anyway, so we get to meet the new arrivals, the boys. And the boys are Jacoby, who's 23, Kane, 28 from the UK. Ignacio, he's cute. I really love his accent. Jalen, 24. Josiah, 25. And George, who's 23. And so for me, what do I think? I think the girls need to be cautious because they're going to put off some guys, especially. Okay, I like the Leo comment because, you know, Leah said she's worried about Leos, and Jacoby had to defend himself, and then she turned around and went, no, I'm a Leo myself, but the men scare me. And it's like, hey, it is what it is. I didn't like, though, the way, you know, Jaina was to Jalen. I thought she was very dismissive, and it came across as almost disrespectful. I didn't like that because he was asked, what's your type? And then he said, I don't have a type. And she said, well, he does have a type. And it's like, please don't do that. He's just come in. He's trying to find his feet. He doesn't want to sort of minimize his options by saying what his type is. Everybody does that. Everybody says that. There's no need for you to sort of say that or make comments that might be upsetting for him. So I don't know. For someone who was upset that Aaron left, it seems Kayla really is enjoying her conversation with Josiah. So I don't get it. I really don't. Hey, it is what it is. Let's see if they're really genuine or whether they are attracted to other people. And then Sierra and Miguel. I guess they're both F-boy and F-girl because she says she's never been in a relationship. He says he's never been in a relationship. They seem to have very good chemistry. He seems very infatuated by her. And if anyone is going to break his heart, it's going to be Sierra. And yet at the main villa, you have, you know, Leah's having an amazing time with Ignacio. I hope she brings him back. I hope Miguel brings Sierra and she brings back Ignacio. They deserve to be in the main villa, even if it's just for one night, but they deserve to be in the main villa. I love Ignacio. He looks amazing. And the fact that Leah had the patience to talk to him and she encouraged him when he was struggling and actually said in a confessional, most of my family speak broken English, so I can understand and I can empathize, which that's something new I learned about Leah, which I like. Okay, let me get this straight. Aaron didn't want to go to Casa. Now he's in Casa. He's met Daniela and he's smitten. Okay. All right. It is what it is. I guess you can see why he's smitten with her because, you know, she's got a sad story. She lost her mom at 10. She speaks Spanish like him and she's good looking. They're both, you know, he's a vegan. She was a vegan for 2 years. She wants to be a veterinarian. So it does make sense that he would like her. He would warm to her because she just comes across as a sweet angel. And so I can see him, you know, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem for Kayla because Kayla's busy thinking, I miss Aaron. I wonder what he's doing. And you have Miguel just watching it going, You were the one who was kicking off that you didn't want to come. Look, now you've come. You're enjoying yourself. Oh my God. I hope Miguel doesn't get into Aaron's ear, because if they allow Miguel there, he's bringing her back. He's bringing Daniela for no other reason than he likes her very much. I love the fact that Kane was honest. He told Nicole that, well, maybe I didn't put you on my list because you look like my ex, but I really like you. I think, you're very attractive. And I think it's PTSD maybe from his previous relationship. So that's why he didn't put her on his list. And she is saying he is her type as well. And it's like, oh my God. I think this is my thought process. I think Nicole needs to be open to exploring new connections, because Kendall is not it. Kendall is very vindictive and very malicious. And so I don't think she should put all her eggs in Kendall's basket, because Kendall can spin on her just like that. So she's better off having a second option in case things don't work out with Kendall. Anyway, you have Dia having a conversation with Kordell. I love the fact that she praised him, she uplifted him, and she was giving him positive affirmations, and he is saying, oh, I still have Serena in the back of my mind. And it's like, from day one, Serena has treated you like crap. It's only now that she's suspected that Casa's coming that she started treating you like something. You have someone who is vying for you and is saying, I'm open to you exploring with everybody else. If you decide that I'm it, then I'm here waiting for you. And you're saying, no, I'm still thinking of Serena. Okay, we'll be here with the Kleenex. We'll be here, don't worry. We'll be waiting for you. And then Josiah pulled Jaina for a chat. Yeah, he's a red flag. He says he had two girlfriends at the same time. But if I were to have an option between Josiah and Kenny, I would take Josiah, because Josiah is older, one, so he's more mature. I would assume he's learned his lesson from whatever he's done. He's 25, Kenny is 24, she is 27. Both boys are still very young for her, though. Both boys are still very young for Jaina. I don't know. But I like their conversation. I like the fact that she told him that, this you having two girlfriends at the same time ain't it. So it's up to him now to decide, does he want to continue messing about, or does he want to grow up and do something different? And it looks like he's ready to change. It looks like he understands his mistakes, and he says he did apologize to both girls. So I can't wait to see what happens with that, because I actually like him for Jaina more than I like Kenny. I know Kenny's a cute guy, but Kenny's giving me young boy vibes, and I think Josiah is better for her. I don't get why we're even bothering with Rob. I don't even get it. Oh my God, he gets on my nose. And the fact that he thinks he's better than everyone, that's the way he comes across to me. Because even when he's chatting, I think he was chatting with Daniela, he was so sort of standoffish. And it's like, why? You were a Casa boy at one point. You know how difficult it is to turn somebody's head. At least be empathetic and, be open to these girls giving it a shot and bring somebody back. Because at the end of the day, you don't have anyone. You're banking on Liv, and there's a possibility she might find someone in Casa. So make that make sense. And then Janaea is a problem for me. She's a problem. She likes the younger boys that are immature. Yes, Jacoby comes across as immature. He was spitting his game when he was talking to her, but I don't think he's it. Sadly, the two older guys, Kane and Ignacio, do not seem to sort of have clicked with her, or do not seem to we haven't seen her conversations with them, but I think she needs someone who's a bit more mature, someone who's a bit older. So the oldest she can get outside of those two is Josiah. I think she needs to give Josiah a shot. I'm still going to be Team Josiah, regardless of the fact that he was dating two girls at the same time. He gave his reasoning. You cannot find everything you want in one person. Yes, he's wrong for trying two people, but at the end of the day, he owns his crap. Both the main villa and Casa play a spin the bottle, and they get to choose people to kiss. For Casa, who shall I say was outstanding? Who shall I say? I think Miguel had very good kisses with Sierra, but I have to give it to Diana. Oh my God, she blew poor Kordell socks off. Everyone was cheering. The boys were ecstatic for him, because this is what he's wanted. At the end of the day, when he's kissing Serena, she has to give him instruction. Touch here, don't touch there, touch it. Even he was excited. After the kiss, he said, I'm sorry, but they're both even. There's no one who's better than the other. They are both even, because this girl gave him her all, and she's prioritizing him. And for him to not sort of take that into consideration would be foolish of him. It would be, because at the end of the day, Serena, we're not sure whether she likes him or whether she likes the idea that he keeps her safe in the villa. That's the impression that I get. She's starting to say, oh, my Kordell, now, because she knows there's a possibility someone will turn his head. But she hasn't said so all along for the past 3 weeks. She's treated him like crap. And then suddenly she's all into him. Oh, my Kordell, oh my God. I'm not buying it. I think it's just a way for her to stay in the villa. And sadly, what Serena does is she will like someone, and if they don't like her back, then she runs back to Kordell because she knows Kordell is waiting for her. And I hope Kordell brings Dia back from Casa, because that was stunning. And then Aaron. Oh my God. The way he went all in on the kisses. At one time, he was about to strangle one of the girls. It's like, oh, okay. Even Rob was very excited. I was surprised with the boys with how they went in. Kordell was excited. He didn't get a kiss. He got his finger sucked. And that seemed to turn him on. With the main villa, what do I think? I think Kayla knows she's in trouble. I think Kayla knows she's excited at kissing the guys, but she wants security. Kayla's doing the same thing that Hannah and what's his name did last season, in the sense that they matched with each other and then kept as a couple so that they could win the show. And I think Kayla and Aaron, this is their goal. She likes the idea that she's flirted and she's kissed everybody that's wanted to be kissed by her, but now she's saying, I feel guilty. And it's like, why then didn't you give them a pack? Why didn't you give them a pack? And I'm here for Liv putting into practice the teaching lessons she got from Hakeem. I'm here for that, because we all know that Hakeem taught her a lot about kissing. So I'm happy that she's putting it into practice. She got to kiss Kane. That was good. I actually like the spin the bottle. I think it's a good game. I think they need to bring it back. At the main villa, you have Serena and Kayla. They're sort of crying. They're saying, we miss our guys. I get Kayla, but I'm not buying Serena. I'm sorry. As much as I support my people, I am not buying what she's selling, because as far as I'm concerned, she's played this man all along. She recently played him when the last Bombshells came in. And so for her to suddenly be all my man, I'm not buying it. Kayla to say, I didn't want to be a wuss and not participate, and then start crying and say, I feel guilty. Please keep quiet. We're not here for that. We are not here for that. We're not buying whatever you're trying to sell. So please keep quiet. It's interesting that while they're busy crying, the boys at Casa are having an amazing time. Kordell is gone. And I think he deserves to bring Daya back. I think he deserves to bring her back, and I think he deserves to give her a chance, because at the end of the day, Serena has played in his face. She's made a fool out of him. She's allowed him to dance on the dance floor with no one. She's told him countless times that you're not it for me. She's given him instructions of touch me here, touch me there, do this, do that, because she wasn't feeling him, and so she was only willing to do certain things. So the idea that she's crushed because she's missing him, I'm not buying it. And I want him to live his best life. I want him to enjoy his time in Casa and make sure that he makes the right decision for him at the end of the day. And then Daniela has swooped in. She's taken Aaron without even trying. She's managed to take Aaron, because Aaron, I think, felt akin to her because they both sort of shared the same heritage. And then when she opened up and spoke about herself and her family and how she grew up, that just broke down his walls. And so he went for a conversation with her. And it's interesting that the two guys that were saying they're going to sleep on the day beds don't look like it at all. Don't look like it. You can tell that Kordell is gone. And now poor Aaron is going, and I'm here for it. I love it for him. At the end of the day, people have to do what's in their best interest. Him and Kayla, I think, was too strategic and too forced. I hope they don't behave the same way the guys in Casa did last season, whereby they were using the girls for sex and then dumped them at the last minute when it came to recoupling. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 15. Bye guys.